Good day, guys. Welcome back. If you are new to this channel, please, before we get started, do not forget to click on the subscribe button. You can also like, share, and also comment. I'll be watching out for your comments. Now, we are going to be looking at our Euro USD, GBP USD, and USD JPY. We did analysis on our weekly time frame on this trade PS, by the way, and the price is actually moving to the direction we once talked and we tried to predict about this week. And now let's see it, by the way. Let's look at it. Our Euro USD. We will start with our weekly time frame. Let's zoom it out, by the way. We all can see the trend, which is actually a bearish move, by the way. If you are to trade it on the weekly time frame standpoint, we would look for one thing, which is to actually short this trade. We are to look for a way to actually sell on this our Euro USD, right? And now we can see that our price is now below our 10 period moving average, which means it is a confirmation that we should actually look for a way to short this trade. Now let's take a look at it from here. I will start from here. Let me start it from here so it will be much easier. We can start it from up, but I want to start it from recent one. So there was an impulse move here, right? A correction was made here. So the impulse move actually ended around this key area here on our weekly time frame. We had another impulse move downward, right? And currently our impulse move are just broken below this previous lows here. So weekly time frame, this area that I just highlighted was our previous lows, right? So our price has just broken below it. If you notice something, we will continue to go bearish again. So basically, if you have to see that once our price has broken below our previous lower lows, it tends to push us down more. Now see it, there was an impulse move here, right? A correction was made here, right? And now price go to this level here. It actually got to this our level here. We saw a little bit of a pullback, which we had this tiny wick here. So basically after that, then we had another drop again. So there was a correction that was made, and and one way or the other it gave us a drop, right? So basically it's the same thing is play here. So there was a drop here, so we had a pullback at this level here. So we now had a drop, and at this level, where was our previous lower, which was our previous lower lows on weekly time frame, we have this wick here, which means it is playing out, and this we are actually going to be having a bearish move on our weekly time frame. So basically we are still expecting a good amount of drop on our Euro USD. If you have to look at it on the technical aspect, we are bearish. We see the moving average says that we are bearish, and even the fundamental aspect of it also says that Euro USD would be bearish, due to the increase in interest rates in the US, which means the dollar will keep getting stronger compared to any other currency pair. So fundamental aspect of it says bearish. Fundamental says that our euro will be dropping against our USD. The technical aspects we are saying, it says euro is dropping, and our indicator, which is our moving average, also says we are bearish. So weekly time frame, if you want to trade from it, we should look to actually short it. Now let's see our daily time frame, by the way. So basically currently of recent, we can see that our daily time frame is below our 10 period moving average. Are we? Yes, 10 period moving average. So there was all this, as we can see, this pullback you can see here was this level, this kind of range move you are seeing here was actually a pullback level, but was not this it here. On the weekly time frame, this was actually a pullback level. So daily time frame, it was kind of like ranging, kind of like giving us this tiny movement upward, little bit movements, not huge, by the way. So basically we had this drop. So this was the previous lows, so we had this movement upward, little movement upward, and now we've had another drop, right? And this drop that we've had currently has broken below this lows here. So basically it is a confirmation that we are bearish. So daily time frame also, we are bearish on our daily time frame, and we would want to look to short on this our Euro USD. Now look at it on this point, how to take the trade the next day, which is on the 7th of September. How to actually enter this, go into this trade. to go into this trade, we would analyze it from our 4-hour time frame, which is this. Now basically on our 4-hour time frame, we were actually ranging. Those of you who were actually following those of you that were actually following me throughout last week on the daily analysis, when we were doing daily analysis, you would see where our price was actually ranging. When I said, okay, once we get to this our resistance, we should look for a way to short it. Once we get to our support, we should look for a way to short it. Now until this our price breaks below this lows, I actually highlighted it here. So until our price breaks below this lows, then we can now actually aim to go. We can now start to look to short it, and basically our price has broken this lows here. So what are we looking for now? Like I just said, we should look for a way to short this euro USD. We should actually short it. Now let's see it this way also. Let's start it from here. There was a bearish move here. Price came to this level. We saw a pullback here, which I'll be taking. The price did not break above this previous highs here. We saw another drop again, which broke below this lows here, which you see it broke below it. Then we had a pullback, and guess what? This pullback did not break above this highs, and now we've had another drop, and this drop we all can see has broken below this lows here that we had. This was previous lower lows which our prices broke was, and now price has broken below it. Now we are on a correction now, and I can assure you that the next day, once our price open, we would have another drop again. So basically, if you have to look at it from this point, we are actually bearish because price has broken below this our support level here, which I said once price break below support level, we should look for a way to short it, and price has broken below support level. So one thing we should look for is to actually short it, and now our price is now playing out this way. We saw a bearish move. There was a retracement, failing to break above this previous highs, another lows breaking below the previous lows. Then we had a correction, failing to break above these highs, and we had another lows that broke below our previous lows. So correction, we are on a correction. Once after this correction is done, then I can assure you that we will be going bearish on our euro USD. So basically it depends on when you are watching it. So possibly we might have gotten a break below it. If you are watching it early or the time of the upload, then you should actually be watching this pair current you should actually focus on it. So once we have this correction, then we can actually now short this our euro USD. So basically now let's see it on our 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame is still the same thing. I think 1 hour time frame is still giving us that bearish move. So this was the lows here, previous lows. So currently the price has broken below this lows here. So basically, and if you have to look at it from this point, we also can see impulse move downward, right? There was a correction, and this correction actually tapped our 10-period moving average on our 1 hour time frame. So if you have to see it, we are kind of like getting a bearish move. So 1 hour time frame too has also confirmed to us that we are bearish. So weekly time frame we saw was a bearish move, daily time frame bearish, 4-hour time frame bearish, and 1 hour time frame bearish. So we should actually consider going short on our euro USD. Now next pair we have is our GBPUSD. Now this GBPUSD, I'm going to analyze it. We did weekly analysis on it. If you've not watched it, you can check the channel, watch it. Now on this weekly analysis we've done, now let's see it on we would want to know how to place the trade the next day, which is on the 7th. Now if you have to see it of recent movements, we are bearish. We are on a bearish move on our what I call it weekly time frame. We all can see price is actually dropping. Technical, that is the technical price action says bearish, right? Now our technical indicator, which is our moving average, I'm using a 10-period moving average. Price is below our 10-period moving average, which is bearish. You see reason to, couple with the fact that we have this news that interest rates hike in the US, which means our US they will go bullish, while any other currency pair will continue to drop, right? We continue to fall. Coupled with the fact, that is the three reasons why we are going bearish. Now I want to tell you that on this our weekly time frame, now we are actually aiming to go bullish again. I also predicted this move on our weekly time frame. You can go there, watch the video and confirm it. We can confirm if you want to confirm. So we also predicted that we'll be having this move, and basically Monday, Tuesday we saw this movement. We saw this movement on this our weekly time frame. So weekly time frame again, we are still going to be expecting a bullish move. So basically, if you have to look at it, we would want to see that bullish move rally up to at least one. We are currently trading at 1.15229. Let us see if that movement will rally up to 1.17660. This key level you all can see here, which is about 1.17660. So we would want to be expecting our GBP USD to actually go bullish. Now the reason why I said that, if you have to zoom it out on our weekly time frame, this is actually a key level here. Once our price comes to this level, it's pushing us up. We all can see it comes to this level, it pushes up, and now our price is at this level, and on our weekly time frame we predicted that it will push up, and now it is actually giving us that bullish move, which is a confirmation that our weekly standpoints we are now correct. So weekly time frame says we are to go bullish, so we should consider going long on our GBP USD, right? So GBP USD, we might want to actually go long on it, because price is actually on our within resistance and support level, and now price has hit our support level. We're expecting to go bullish. Now let's see it on our daily time frame. So the reason why I said we would be having another bullish move is that, let's take a look at this from here. There was an impulse move, right? There was a correction was made here. We add another impulse move. So this we add a correction again. If you notice that when we added this correction the first time here, the correction came to hit our 10-period moving average. Then another huge drop was made, right? Which we had this huge drop. Now another correction was made. It hit our 10-period moving average. So we are expecting a huge move, add a huge drop again. So what are you expecting? Another correction again. So possibly we would want to still see it, this correction try to hit our 10-period moving average, because this correction here did not hit our 10-period moving average, and I still believe we will still continue to go bullish, by the way. So we would want to actually go bullish on our GBP USD to give us a good amount of correction. So the next day we are aiming for is to actually open and close bullish on our GBP USD. So GBP USD on our daily standpoint, we are still hoping to go bullish. Let's see if it will take out this lows here. I think this lows is visible on our 10-period moving average and 4-hour time frame, because if it is visible on our 4-hour time frame, it will hit it, and second day it will actually hit our 10-period moving average again. Then we can now see a drop on our GBP USD. So GBP USD daily time frame, we are aiming to go long. Weekly time frame says we are also aiming to go long on our GBP USD. Now let's see it on our 4-hour time frame. So basically price, let's start it from here. A huge movement was made here. That was a bearish move on our 4-hour time frame, and now you can see this huge impulse move here. So basically let's consider here as a correction. So let's see if our price does not break below these lows. If the price does not break below these lows, which is about 1.14444, like I said, if the price does not break below 1.1444, then definitely we will see a bullish impulse move on our GBP USD. So I personally would want to see the GBP USD roll up to this level. I personally would want to see it roll up to this level there, which is an indication on our daily time frame. So let's see it. So if my price can give us an correction here, we see another impulse move upward, then we might consider seeing a drop again on our GBP USD. So 4-hour time frame, I'm still aiming to actually go long on our 4-hour time frame. So let's see it lastly on this our GBPUSD is actually 1 hour time frame. Let me take it this way. Let me take out some of these arrows. So 1 hour time frame was actually giving us an impulse move. One, a correction was made here. We saw another impulse move. Two, now I'm seeing this as a correction, right? So this was our previous level here on our 1 hour time frame where price came to this level and it's dropped, which was actually a pullback level area. So this is actually a legitimate area here, and this was actually a key level area. Once the price came to this level, it bounces up. So now currently we are at that level again. So what are we expecting? Since we are going able to go bullish, we are expecting to actually roll up again on this our 1 hour time frame on GBPUSD to actually take it this our highs, which will be about 1.16440. So basically, if our price give us that move, then we are correct. But if the price can just roll down and it breaks below this lows, which is about 1.444, like I said, if the price can just roll down and break below 1.14444, then actually look for a way to short it. If not, we possibly might be going long on our GBP USD. Now our last sleep I'll see for the day with our USDJPY. So wow, this USDJPY too, we actually did weekly analysis on it and our prediction was actually correct again. So those of you who were actually watching it, you should have actually go long on it and you know gotten out, opt out from it. So let's see it this way. Weekly time frame on our USD JPY, we are actually bullish on our weekly time frame. We all can see that impulse move. So there was a huge impulse movement, huge one upward, then a little bit of a correction, and now another huge impulse movement here. We are seeing a little bit of a correction. What are we expecting? Another huge impulse movement upward again on our USDJPY. So USDJPY, we are still aiming to go bullish. I predicted it on our weekly time frame. You can check the channel to actually confirm it that our USDJPY this week will actually be going bullish. So basically, we would want to see where our price will be moving for tomorrow. So basically, to actually get that, we would actually go down to our daily time frame. Now, daily time frame, we will start from here. There was an impulse move, right? A correction was made here. Impulse move, another impulse move, breaking our previous higher highs. This was the previous higher highs. Price broke above it. The correction was made here, and now see this good amount of impulse movement upward. So what are we expecting after this huge amount of impulse movement? We are expecting a correction. So where do we think we'll be getting the correction? At this level. So this level we'll be expecting, because this was actually a good level here, which I'll be taking it as, let me take it as 139.446. So sooner or later, are we going to be getting the correction by tomorrow, which is about 7th of September? It is exactly what I can't predict, but we should be able to be getting the pullback around the 7th or 8th of September. If we don't have the pullback on the 7th of September, then we should have the pullback on the 8th of September on this our USDJPY. So USDJPY, we are expecting to actually have a pullback on our daily time frame. So the pullback to actually come to this level here, then another impulse movement should be made. So in order for us to actually see if we will having the pullback or not, simple thing, let me highlight this key level here. This is a level, because if you have to see it, we are going to actually know if we have the pullback tomorrow or on the 7th or on the 8th. We would have to drop to our 4-hour time frame, which I'll be going into that later. But now see our daily time frame. Our daily time frame price is actually above our 10-period moving average. So another indication that we should actually go bullish. Now let's see on our 4-hour time frame, as we are all talking about. So there was an impulse move here. So this was the key level that I once talked. I have highlighted, which I highlighted on our daily time frame. You see, I highlighted it on our daily time frame. So basically, this is also a good amount of key level we saw on our 4-hour time frame. So this was the price here, it drops, right? Now price actually pushes up. Yeah, it actually kind of giving us kind of indecision movements, this little week, and we actually see this good amount of bullish move here. A little bit of a correction was made here, right, on our 4 hour time frame. Now we've seen that bullish move. So basically, if you are to go long on this USDJPY again, I will advise you actually wait for a pullback again, because once you take this buy and you go up, and a pullback, a correction might be made anytime soon, and you will be taken out of your trade, except your stop loss is made huge. You have a very huge amount of stop loss, then you might not be taken out. But once you don't have that huge stop loss, you might be taken out of that trade. So that is why on this 4 hour time frame that we are going to be placing this trade, wait for a pullback. Once we have that pullback, like I'm saying, possibly then we can actually now go long. So that is why I said on the 7th, we're very much likely to have a pullback on the 7th. So 7th, if we don't have that pullback on the 7th, then on the 8th of September, we should have that pullback. But I believe on the 7th, we would have that pullback on our USDJPY. So basically, USDJPY, we are actually expecting a drop. And lastly, our 1 hour time frame, let's see it this way. There was an impulse move, then correction was made, then another huge impulse move. See the huge impulse move. So let's start it from here. There was an impulse move, a little bit of a correction was made, right? So an impulse move. I still believe that if you're having a correction, the correction should actually come drop to tap our 10-period moving average, which will be about 142.495. Then we'll see a rally movement again on our USDJPY. So that is the analysis for the day. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share.